We are now recording. All right, ladies, this is Girlfriend Chat, our first one in January of 2021. We thank the Lord for getting us through this point, and we're grateful for Him allowing us to be here the 8th day of January. So I'm going to be talking about the vision board. And during this time of instructing about the vision board, as I said earlier, that there are many videos on vision boards, okay, both secular and Christian. And there is no right or wrong way to do a vision board. Now, we know that the word vision obviously gives us a clue that it's going to be some type of visual creation or artwork that you do. But you don't have to be an artiste to do this. This is something that's done very simply. And as I gave you the different tools you could use, one of the things you could also have is use pictures from magazines and things like that. But let's talk about the vision board first. The vision board is used. Okay, I was saying that many people make New Year's resolutions. That's what I had started at. They make New Year's resolutions. I'm one that does not. I like to set goals. And we have all these goals. Such a thing as called short-term goals, long-term goals. Long-term goals are more than a year or more. That's a long-term goal. A short-term goal can be done within under a year. A year is a max. So when we talk about a vision board, this vision board, if this is your first one of doing a vision board, it would be under a year. So these are going to be short-term goals that you want to attain. So the idea is, first of all, to spend time in prayer when you're thinking about what is it that I want to accomplish in 2021. Now let's talk about that for a minute. One of the things that I do, now I don't know if all vision boards or people talk about this, but I tend to do a lot of self-check or self-inventory. And what I like to do is look over the previous year and grade it, kind of give it a grade from A to F. All right. Was it a good year? And not, did I do and carry out things I'm supposed to do? Or was I lackadaisical and didn't do much or didn't accomplish? Or is it that I don't even know what I did because I just kind of went through the motions, and I give it a grade. And then I look at that grade and then I say, okay, what made up that grade? Why did I give it a B? Why did I give it a C? Why did I give it a D? Why did I say I just totally blew it in 2020 or whatever year that I'm doing? And then I list the things that were good in that year. Okay. I take that time to think about the things that were good in the year. Then I turn around and look at things that didn't quite work out and things that gave me, pause and caused, me to go, some maybe moments and things. I literally think about this. And usually I do this at the end of the year, but you can do it at the beginning of the year. It's also a good thing to do it in the month. Sometimes you need to stop and take inventory of what you've been going through. But I do that. Okay. Now, when I look at those things, I don't want to carry those failures or things that were maybe, or those troubles or whatever it is that I did not accomplish over into 2021 the same way I did in 2020. Something needs to change. And that's where the goals come from. What in my life do I need to change? What are some things I really want to do that I really want to accomplish in 2021? Now, at the onset of this, I want to tell you, do not make a list of 50 things. That's overwhelming for anyone. Make a list of something more than, maybe no more than 10, maybe 11, 12, not more than that for the whole year. You can always update it. You can always change. You can always do that. You're free because this is your board, right? This is your vision. So you want to set maybe 10 or more goals or in whatever, and it could be any goal. It could be a personal goal. It could be a work goal that you may have for employment. It may be a spiritual goal. It could be whatever the goal may be for the whole year. And you want to have different things. That's the first thing you want to do. So when I told you all that you want to take a piece of paper and you want to take that paper and you want to list your goals. Now I kind of told you all to do that coming into it, that you would do kind of work on that over the time waiting for girlfriend chat. So you at least have that to start with. That's one of the things you do. You list your goals, then you go back over your goals and look at them and say, okay, wow, here are my goals. Is there anything on here that really is really a long-term goal, something that I cannot accomplish in 1 year? Okay, because this vision board is for 1 year, 1 year and under, short-term goal. So once you've settled on your goals, that's the first step. And making sure that you bring these goals. Here's the key: before you make the vision board, who do you think you're going to go to first with these goals? Ladies, what do you think? Anybody want to take a stab at it?
God.
There you go. God. You're going to take your goals, go before the Lord, and pray over them. The Lord has nothing, there's nothing wrong with you desiring to do something. The thing is, we serve a God that tells us what to do. So we would want to put our goals before Him and then think about it. All right. So once you've established your goals and you've looked over them, you say, okay, cool. I got these goals. Now, what am I going to do with them, Sherrese? Well, if you're going to do it now, you could just put them in a notebook and write about them. You could do that. But since we're going to do a vision board, you're going to do a little something more with it. A vision board is a visual of what your goals are going to be. Now, what most people do with a vision board is they select, they go through magazines and they cut out pictures that represent the thing of their vision, their goal that they have. That's what they do. Okay, now during COVID, you may not have access to magazines right now because you may not be, or you may not be able to afford magazines. You can do one or two things with this. So this is how the creativity of you come in. You can do a you can download pictures from um, the internet and print them out, or you could get pictures from the internet, save them as a JPEG, and send them to your local Photoshop and have them print the pictures. Actual pictures. You could do that, or you could actually try to attempt to doodle your board if you don't have any money for that. This is not meant to be costly. This is meant to be your work, and it's not meant to be that. Or you can do a word vision board, meaning that you type out words that represent your goals, and you're going to put it on your board, and you may decorate your board. Those of you who don't like to decorate may not decorate your board, and that's cool too, right? We don't have to decorate our board if we don't want to with things. But if you like to draw or color or whatever, you can be as creative as you want to be, or not as creative as you want to be on your vision board. That's the point. You can do whatever you want. But the idea is to take those top things after you've gone and take them to the Lord. Top 10, I say no more than 12 because that's a lot. That's a lot right there. That's what you're going to do. You take those to the Lord. And once you feel that these are the goals that you want to set for 2021, now you're ready to start looking for pictures, drawing, doing words, whatever it is you decided to do. Secondly, you need to select what you're going to put them on. Now, you may decide to use cardstock, 11 by 14 or 8 by 10, and your board could be small. You may decide to use construction paper and then lay them on a piece of paper. That's cool. You may decide to use what I'm going to show you a video in a minute, a one-person board, and they chose to use a frame to hang on the wall. You also may decide to use what we call as a display board, which I will show you when we get ready to do our time together, because I have the display board one. So you may decide, it's up to you. You want to you set your goals, then you want to decide where do you want to put your vision on? What do you want to put your vision on? You want to make that decision on what you want to put your vision on. And once you do that, then you would either select, you gone, baby. Have a good weekend. All right. So you may decide, I want to do a board. I may want to do it on the wall. I put it, in a frame and frame it on the wall. Wherever, because the vision board is something that you need to, what do you think you need to do with this vision board? You're going to need to be able to what? Anybody want to take a stab at that one?
See it.
There you go. You're going to need to be able to see it. And you also could make your vision board. I almost forgot one. Those who are creative can make the vision board on the computer. Because some people know how to take pictures and make a collage on the computer. So it's up to you what you do. You have total creativity to do what you like to do. That's the first thing, because it's your vision board. The purpose behind the vision board is for you to set goals and try to get to them. Now, once you've selected all your materials that you plan on using in your board that you want to do, your next step is then to do the board. So what we're going to do tonight is, if you have your board and you want to do that, you can go through it. But if not, you're going to be setting up your board and deciding on what you want to do and creating your board physically on paper. Those who have paper. Those of you who have pictures, you may want to start your board, laying it out and kind of looking at it. Now, once you get your board all laid out and put together, your next step will be, you got it together, the board is done. Now you got to go to each one of those goals and you have to set a plan. How, and the question when you ask yourself, how am I going to accomplish this goal? Let's say you had a goal of, I'm going to cut my grass every week. Now I'm pulling something really easy out the hat here. Well, how do I go about cutting my grass every week? What would be one of the things? Now this will probably be interactive a little bit, and you are on the recording, so remember that. But let's just ask this question. If your goal was, I'm going to cut my grass every week, what is one of the things you might need to do?
The lawnmower.
Good. That's good. You got to make sure you have a lawnmower, right? That's good. Anybody else? What's another thing you might need to do? Trying to get this goal accomplished. I want to hear from y'all. While I drink water.
Decide what the best time of day to do it, depending on the heat index and things like that, and your time available.
Cool. Anything else?
Hope you have a son that can do it for you.
So you're going to decide on who's going to do it. That's good. See? Anything else? Remember, the goal is to cut my grass every week. So you got to get a lawnmower. That's a good, you got to think about, do I have a lawnmower or do I need to get a new one? You got to think about the time of the day that you want the grass cut. You got to think about who's going to cut the grass. Anything else you think you might have to come up with?
A gas can.
Gas can, very good.
So you can have gas.
Yep, there you go. Practical stuff, right? Okay.
I was going to say a bottle of water, and she almost choked me with that one.
Yes, okay, bottle of water, okay. Anybody else? Anything else? You're going to cut your grass. This is real simple. Anything else that you think you might need to cut grass?
You might decide you want to hire someone else to do it, and then you want to have the money in order to hire somebody to do it.
There you go. Now, see, right there, you set a plan, right? Those are several things. You just have to decide, this are the steps that I would need to do to do my, cut my grass every week. There's one thing you left off.
Get a rake to rake up the dead grass.
Well, that's true. You need to rake up the dead grass. That's good. You need trash bags. That's good. You want to think about everything you need for this particular goal, okay? But there's one thing you all left off that you didn't mention.
Energy?
Well, energy, you need that. No, it's really.
Do you have a lawn?
That would be good. Hopefully you have a lawn, but that's a good point, Janet. But no, not that. Okay, you talked about the time of day. What about the start date?
Oh yeah.
True.
Wow, see, when do I want to start this particular thing? When do I want this done? When do I want this goal started and completed? Meaning, some goals you set have a start date and it runs all the way through. It doesn't have an ending date. But there's some goals that have a start date and an ending date that you want to have it done by. So you need to think about when do I really want to think I want to start working on this particular goal, and then when do I want to have it completed? Some of them may have a completion date. Okay, very good. Those are kind of things you want to think about. Now, once you've done that, then you want to think in your mind, okay, how am I going to show on my board how I completed when I've completed one of the goals? Remember, this is your board. How am I going to show that I've completed one of the goals? You want to think about that. How do I show that? Do I write in a journal? Do I take a picture of the completed goal and set a vision board that says vision completed? You could do that, right? These are just suggestions where you put the completed picture, where you actually did whatever it was, and you cut the picture and you put it over there. You could do that. Okay. I'm going to share with you what I'm thinking about doing when we go to that part. But you have to decide how you want to show completion. It's really easy to do. It's not complicated. Do not make it hard for yourself. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the video of someone's board real quick. So let me hop and go get it, and I'll be right back.
Okay, sorry.
All right. So now, those who are listening to the recording are going to be watching the recording. You will not see the video on our on this recording that I'm doing on Zoom. What you will see is a post. I will post. I'll have the ladies post in the groups, the committed women group, um, the YouTube link for the video that we did watch, as well as this video and where we're going to do our thing. So you'll be able to watch it. I just cannot. I can't do it within the Zoom room on a recording. That's copyright. You can do that. So now you all watched the vision board, and hers was really cool. I thought it was very neat. And what she said was Jesus was important to her, so she put him on the board. And so remember, she did her board on the way she wanted to do her board. And I thought it was very neat the way she did it. You can use words, like you saw her cut out words from a magazine. If you have catalogs of things around you, of course you can use those things. The idea is not to spend a lot of money. Remember, she said she went to the dollar store and got a frame. So the idea is not to use a lot of money as you're doing your vision board. So you want to gather your materials, you want to set your board up, and you want to do the busy work of getting it done. It's very easy. It can be very. The hardest part of your vision board would be the gathering of your goals, and the second hardest part is finding pictures. That's really it. Of finding the pictures. Very good. So that is the end of the recording. I want to thank those who are going to listen to the recording, and I hope you do a vision board. And if you do, please take a picture of your vision board, and by all means, would you please post it on in our Women Committed group or on our Facebook page, His Truth Be Told Ministries. Thank you very much.